Stop what you're doing and watch this. This is Firewatch. The answer to the question, what would it be like to play in a movie? The thing about this game is it's not really a game, not in the way that I've experienced them. I think it's better described as an experience, and this experience is one you need to take. I would normally spend the rest of the video describing what sort of player is going to enjoy this game, but I actually think this game is for everyone. It's the most accessible title I know of. I even think it's for people who don't play games. If you haven't played Firewatch, you actually need to. Let me explain. Firstly, the game is available everywhere, and because it's been out a few years, when it goes on sale it goes cheap. At the right time you can pick it up for $5 Australian, which is equivalent to 2 American high fives.
High five.
It's short too, you can finish it within 3 to 4 hours, so you're not committing to anything more than a very short TV series, so there should be no real reason you don't pick it up.
Whoa, I found a turtle. Maybe it's a tortoise. It's a thing with a shell.
Secondly, there's the experience. The game is set in the real-world location of the Shoshone Forest, which is located next to its better-known cousin, Yellowstone National Park. You play the movie game as Henry, a newly recruited fire lookout, hence Firewatch. Henry has his reasons for being there. It's an escape from his life back in Boulder, Colorado, and he meets Delilah, another lookout at a tower in the distance, over the walkie-talkie.
It doesn't seem that dangerous. Whoa, whoa! Ah, no!
Henry!
Seriously, it's completely fine in here.
God damn it.
There's chemistry between the two of you, which makes getting used to your first day on the job enjoyable. And so the days tick over as you spend your time wandering the park, doing odd jobs, and having natural and engaging conversations via walkie-talkie with your new co-worker.
Something someone should have told you about this area.
What is it?
It's outside.
Come on.
The whole thing. And people come and go as they please. It's madness.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
You don't have any face-to-face interactions with anyone, so there's a peaceful sense of isolation, and it's kind of nice to play a game that is slow enough that you can literally stop and enjoy the view.
Hello, Henry. Having a nice afternoon?
The whole experience is a pleasure. The park has been illustrated in a pleasing art style that you happily soak up, and the conversation is genuinely interesting, with A-list voice acting and just enough interactivity in the dialogue that you mentally assume the role of Henry. Whatever happens to Henry happens to you.
Well, Henry, if you decide you want it to keep you company, nobody'll mind.
Now, what do I call it? Looks like a,
Oh, this ought to be good.
Turt Reynolds.
Well, now I can't wait to see him.
The mustache is impressive.
And this is where the story starts to get interesting, because this game does an excellent job of building tension and then dialing it back again. I'd call it a light-hearted thriller at most. There are definitely a few moments where you might get caught with surprise, but it's not out to scare you to death, just to make things interesting. I don't want to give anything away here, so you're going to have to take my basic story premise and go and find out the rest for yourselves.
I'm having a hell of a time getting this flapjack off his ass and out to repair that wire.
Excuse me, flapjack?
You know, like a loser, a chotch.
I really don't, but I do now.
Well, the next time you're at a bar and some banker steps on your foot so he can order his crappy martini, you've got just the name to use.
Hey, flapjack, why don't you wait your turn before I bounce your face off a dumpster?
It's beautiful!
The final reason I think you should play this game is the fact that I've never had an experience like it. There's no other game I can easily point to that is so inclusive in its target audience, and with a story so compelling that I'd argue it's better than most movies I've seen in the past few years. That's not to say this game doesn't make mistakes, or that it's a perfect experience. You'll probably finish it with a few thoughts on what they could have done better, but it will pale in comparison to what you went through. And on a macro level, what has been accomplished here, what a small team developer has managed to do with the medium of video games. This is what video games can be. This is what the art form can do. It's a brilliant example and an experience that I wish I could do all over again. Thanks for watching. If you're new here, check out my channel to see my other videos. You can subscribe and like below. If you want to help me, the best thing you can do is share my video with someone you think will enjoy it. Be good to your friends and family. Ciao.